Good morning, students. Today we are going to do Delhi Sultanate. Yesterday we started this topic, so let us continue with the same topic. Listen, students. What is the Delhi Sultanate? See, the Delhi dynasty or the Delhi Sultanate is divided in between the five different rulers. First is the slave dynasty. We already used to do yesterday the slave dynasty, in which we talk about the Kutubuddin Aibak, Iltutmish, Razia Sultan, and the further. Next is Khilji dynasty. Second is Khilji. Slave dynasty rule started from 1206 to 1290 AD. Khilji dynasty from 1290 to 1320. Tughlaq dynasty 1320 to 1414. Sayyid 1414 to 1451 and Lodi dynasty from 1451 to 1526. 1526 is the time when Delhi Sultanate or this dynasty is of the Delhi Sultanate was ended. तो complete end हो गया था 1526 में. The Delhi Sultanate began from 1206. 1206 yesterday we used to discuss, that was Kutubuddin Aibak. Kutubuddin Aibak, the slave ruler of the slave dynasty. He was appointed as a ruler in 1206. From 1206 to 1210 he left. He means he died, and after that the Iltutmish came as a next ruler. So this way this Delhi Sultanate is divided between the different rulers. Okay, so I hope these all points are clear to you. So yesterday we already discussed about this slave dynasty, and the time period of Delhi Sultanate is 1206 to 1526 AD. Fine. Today we are going to discuss about Khilji dynasty, the second dynasty. Very short time period. सबसे छोटा टाइम पीरियड है. यू कैन सी हियर फ्रॉम 1290 to 1320. Only 30 years. Okay, so the time period of Khiljis is only 30 years, but in this 30 years they done lot many things, lot many reforms were done, and सबसे important person इसमें जो आता है वो है अलाउद्दीन खिलजी. Okay, he played very important role in Khilji dynasty. So let us begin our second point for today, that is the Khiljis. Sorry. See, the next one is in Khiljis. Today we are going to cover topic in the Khiljis, that is Jalaluddin Khilji. He is the founder. Who is the founder? If कोई पूछे कि कौन है founder of Delhi Sultanate, Khilji dynasty, then the Jalaluddin Khilji. Okay, so he is the founder of Delhi Sultanate. Second is Alauddin Khilji, very important person in Khilji dynasty. And the third one is Mubarak Khilji. A very short time period, not in a proper way. After that, the one more person used to come, but they are not remembered in history. Mainly, Jalaluddin is remembered because he was the founder of the Khilji dynasty. But in this, a very important person is Alauddin Khilji, who played very important role in Khilji dynasty. So let us begin our work with this topic. So the first we will talk about today, that is the Khilji dynasty. These are the three main rulers of the Khilji dynasty. After this, one more, the Khusro Khan came, and very short time period was seen, but in spite of that, these are the persons. Okay, so let us go to the next one. See, this is the founder. Khilji dynasty, this is Jalaluddin Khilji. Founder of Khilji dynasty is Jalaluddin Khilji. Period already we discussed, from 1290 to 1320, only 30 years. Complete Khilji dynasty worked for 30 years. 30 सालों के लिए ही रहे थे, पर बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ करके गए थे. Clear? So this is the person. Then Alauddin Khilji, the most prominent ruler, a very important, very prominent person who played very important role in the history. So this is clear. So he is the founder of Khilji dynasty, that is the Jalaluddin Khilji. Complete time period is 1290 to 1320. It means a shortest time period, total 30 years. Fine. And then the prominent person is Alauddin Khilji. Next is, now let us see about the Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji was a person let us see first here. See, this is the Alauddin Khilji. See, this is the Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji is a person who was son-in-law of जलालुद्दीन खिलजी. जो सबसे पहले जो फाउंडर थे, हमने जिसकी बात करी थी, वो जलालुद्दीन खिलजी के ये जो है वो दामाद मीन्स सन इन लॉ थे. ही किल्ड हिज फादर इन लॉ मीन्स जलालुद्दीन खिलजी को इन्होंने खुद अपने हाथों से मार दिया था टू बी सिट ऑन द थ्रोन. वो जो है वो राजगद्दी के ऊपर बैठना चाहते थे, इसलिए इन्होंने जो है वो खुद अपने फादर इन लॉ की डेथ कर दी थी. एंड इन 1296 ही अपॉइंटेड हिमसेल्फ एज सुल्तान ऑफ दिल्ली and during the time of Khiljis. So we can say that the first founder was Jalaluddin Khilji. Jalaluddin Khilji ruled for a very short time. He is Alauddin. He killed his father-in-law Jalaluddin, and from 1296 till 1316 he used to work as a ruler or a king of Khiljis. He was the first Turkish Sultan of Delhi who separated religion from the politics. Yes, this was a very, very important thing. This is a very important point, that this was the first Turkish person who separated the religion from the politics. Fine. After that, now let us see the reforms of Alauddin Khilji. See here, the reform of Alauddin Khilji is divided in three different forms. First is military reform, second is market reform, and third is revenue reform. Military, market, and revenue reform. So this way he divided his work. Alauddin was illiterate but a greatest reformer. Yes, he was completely illiterate, but even though he worked very well to maintain his administrative, his land revenue, and military system. Alauddin was not only created a big empire but also maintained and stabilized a strong administration. He was appointed capable and strong officers in the state. For the military, for market reform, and for collection of revenue, he appointed different persons. According to Barani, the empire of Alauddin was divided into 12 provinces. Meaning of provinces means state. In present time we used to speak states. Earlier they used to speak provinces. So they have 13 provinces under them. Clear? So this way Alauddin Khilji divided his area or his administrative work, in short, in three different ways he divided. Revenue reform, for this the different officers were appointed, for market different were appointed, and for military also. Clear? So after this, let us see the first point, that is about the land reform. See here, in the land reform only we are going to discuss about all the 3 points. Okay, listen here. The land reform, the first reform that is regulated during this time, that is the measurement of cultivable land. Means during that time when the land revenue was collected, during the time of collection of land revenue, they were not making any proper record. So during the time of Khiljis, this land revenue system was started, and in that the measurement of the land, as much the area was there, according to that they collect the land revenue. Biswa 1/20th of a biga, standard unit of land revenue. Now see here, what is the meaning of biga? Biga is a standard unit of land revenue. They collect 1/20th land revenue from the 1 unit of the land. Next is a unit of land tax measurement. Paimesh. Paimesh means collection of land, means the collection of the land tax measurement. Fine. Next one is, even they pay the equal amount of land tax as a peasants and the other people. Peasants means we talk for the farmers. Okay, so farmers were known as in peasants. So what is said here, that the payment was given equally that equal amount of land tax was paid for the peasants and the other, means if the revenue is collected by the khiljis, that was equally for the farmers and for the other people. House tax, yes, present they were using the house tax also. And the pasture means charahi, means when they take their animals for grazing, during that time they collect the tax from the peasants or from the farmers, that is known as an pasture tax, means charahi ya grazing tax, were also imposed on the agrarian means agricultural population. Okay, so they used to impose taxes on these people. To support his market control system, revenue was mostly collected in kind in order to stop hoardings of crop. So he formed a separate market, and the market was completely controlled by the different administrative people or different officers, and they were taking care of the market. New department was also set up or was founded during the time of Alauddin Khilji, and that is Diwan-e-Mustakraj. Okay, Diwan-e-Mustakraj means a separate department which collect the revenue. Means collection of the revenue is done by this Alauddin during the time of Alauddin Khilji, and the separate department was started. In spite of this, they also introduced the Dag and Chehra system. Dag and Chehra. See what was happening. And secondly, we talk about the military. The military was also the one thing which was introduced during the time of Alauddin Khilji. Now, see, what do you mean by Dag? Dag means दे हैव हॉर्सेस. ओके, वो अपने साथ घोड़ों को रखते थे क्योंकि उस टाइम पे लड़ाई के लिए घोड़ों की ज़रूरत होती थी. सो दे वर काउंटिंग दी हॉर्सेस एंड टू रिकॉग्नाइज कि एक ही घोड़े को एक ही बार काउंट किया जाए, वो उनके ऊपर एक स्टैंप लगाते थे जिसको वो कहते थे दाग. अंडरस्टूड. सो दाग सिस्टम वॉज यूज फॉर दी हॉर्सेस टू काउंट or to maintain a proper record of the horses. And the second one is Chehra system. See, what do you mean by Chehra? Chehra means we know that during that time the soldiers were covering their face. वो अपने फेस को कवर करके रखते हैं. ओके, तो इससे उनकी पहचान नहीं होती थी. तो अलाउद्दीन खिलजी ने क्या बोला कि कोई भी अपने फेस को कवर नहीं करेगा किसी भी तरीके से. व्हेन दे आर सपोज टू कम हियर, दे आर अपॉइंटेड एंड दे आर गोइंग टू डू द वॉर, एट दैट टाइम दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू कवर देयर फेस. तो चेहरा सिस्टम मतलब अपना चेहरा दिखाओ, आप हमें कवर नहीं करके रखोगे. So this system was started by the Alauddin Khilji. Fine. After his death, Alauddin Khilji was died, but before this, Malik Kafur, who played very important role in the life of Alauddin Khilji, that is Malik Kafur, played very important role. He was a very close person to Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji was died in 1316. After his death, the next person came, that is Mubarak Khan. Very short time period. He used to work but not well capable. He got a first good opportunity to handle the area but not well done. After his death, this Mubarak Khan was killed by the Khusro Khan. Okay, and he also ruled for very short time period, and after this the Khiljis were ended in 1320. Okay, in 1320 Khiljis were killed by the Ghazauddin Khilji, or we can say the Tughlaq dynasty was set after the death of Khiljis. So Tughlaqs were seen after the Khilji. So second dynasty was the Khilji, and this is the third dynasty, that is the Tughlaq dynasty, which we are going to discuss later on. I hope you understood all these points of the Alauddin Khilji and about the Khilji dynasty. Go through the book and read out the pages for the further information. Thank you. Have a nice day.